Well, I'm looking, I'm admiring, I'm not sure what to think about it because you still got the vuvuzela draped around him or her. I don't know. All I'm saying is that we asked you at home to give a name, but nothing's been forthcoming. I don't take it personally. All I'm saying is that Christmas is around the corner. Deserves a name, deserves to be heard, deserves to be seen and identified. Well, I'm holding a very special trophy in my hand because each and every month in the ABSA Premiership, a coach is rewarded with one of these. Now, the funny thing about this award, and I hope it doesn't happen to the coach that's here in studio, is that they will get this award and the very next game. Victories don't happen. They don't happen. That is the curse of getting this trophy. But you know what? We look at the positive. It's been such a journey. Records have been tumbling left, right, and center as far as Kaizer Chiefs are concerned. Ernst Middendorp joins me in studio, fresh out of a press conference. He's awarded with this. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
But I received it already in August, and despite we continued picking up points.
Will you pick up all the points and pick up all the Coach of the Month awards until you pick up the bigger trophy?
Yeah, we just, and I think it's necessary sometimes to send a message really to know where you're sitting. We are in November, we started the season in August, and it's a long way to go. We are really handle it in a way to be humble and to be very, very clear, prepared from game to game, and then we will count in the end.
Just the significance of something like this. Like I say, I might have been joking about it, but it's happened so many times since the inception of this award that you get it, the next game you lose. You guys have been winning. You just lost that one game against Polokwane City back in September. So you've been on a winning run. You've been breaking the records. We'll talk about that in a second. But do you ever think about that, just to try and calm the tide a little bit so that people don't get too excited?
Yeah, it's definitely something. Don't overjoy something what you have on numbers in the moment over there, and it's definitely not the time. It's definitely not the time, and that's my interest walking with players on this journey. And of course, it's not only the players; it's the fans, the supporters, and of course the internal, the management too. Do the right stuff, send the right message into it that we are really having a journey, and this journey ends not currently in November. It goes May 2020, and this is something where you have to send a reminder here and there, and hopefully you get heard.
All right, let's be honest. A lot of people thought you'd get excited, jump up and down yesterday, scoring as many goals as you did against Stellenbosch or against any team in the PSL, but you were sounding this cautious warning. In fact, it almost looked and sounded like you were reacting to something. After, after you were defeated by the weekend, as far as the Telkom knockout is concerned, Maritzburg United have done the business. You're out. You've wanted a trophy. It hasn't been there for a number of seasons, and it was a chance.
Yeah.
Then what happened between Sunday and Monday that would have made you to react like that?
No, I'm as you probably have seen, I'm here now nearly 1 year. Beginning of December 2018 I came in, and I handle certain processes different like before. I know what it means in a certain moment to stay calm, to send the right message into it, in particular if you have this huge target, this huge vision in the beginning of the season, when we mentioned it that we would be seriously into the direction going for the title. And you see a lot of people doubting. You saw a lot of questioning in this moment. How come? Because finishing the season in position 9 and not achieving anything in the last 6 months, of course. But there is no secret about it. I mentioned it several times. You can't be satisfied with each and everything what's going on in a club. Pirates, Sundowns, and of course Kaizer Chiefs too. I want to have a sustainable structure,
right.
that you're not in the moment get carried away, produce a sustainable structure. For this, you have to put some strategy inside, and some stuff is, in my opinion, not going into the right way as it should be. We could be further.
Yeah.
And I understand a club brand is coming with 2 words: be patient, but sometimes be patient is still not my big character parameter that I like to follow.
You're not patient?
I asked my players, ironically, in the last 24 hours before the game, be patient regarding the ball possession, be patient regarding the passing game. Very important, a little bit funny, but I want more. I want more. And if I don't have this more wanting mentality, not anymore, please, then I stop and do something else.
But you got 10 shots on target.
Yeah.
I looked at that yesterday. I was like, 10 shots on target. You don't get that every day nowadays in the PSL. Just to get to double figures is a massive thing in 90 minutes. What do you think has been done differently at Chiefs now to achieve those numbers?
Yeah, I think we have done altogether the homework, the preparation. Coming in December, in the middle of the season, what do you want to do? You get a meal served, eat it. So, coming in the beginning, you prepare. You know, you start on the 19th of May this year, and you know exactly on the 4th or 5th of August you start. That means now you have the chance to reflect what happened, what was missing, what is not possible with this combination of players you have in your squad. Secondly, you have to identify how you want to go. That means you have a goal setting in terms of, but it's not only to say, okay, we want to win the league. This is nonsense. This is not the goal setting process you have to go in. Concede less goals, score more goals. How now? Sub goals and of course then you look in where have really we missed something in terms of the basics, and the basics for me is 1 against 1. Managing, handling 1 against 1, in attacking and in defending. And let's be honest, in the front, we have not this power, what you need if you want to be successful. And in the back, there was no player at Kaizer Chiefs last year like Eric Mataru. Not in my time. He was not there. In the moment, we have 2 Eric Matarus. The brother, let me call him like this, with Siabong and Kisana, is coming well back. We took him out a little bit after he was too erratic. He was not too intelligent in his defending method. But as we have seen last night, outstanding performance.
That's what happens when you qualify for the Olympic Games, Coach, when you know that you've contributed towards the qualification. Now, one thing I want to quickly do is break away from this conversation because our Cape Town correspondent, Gershon Kutsia, was at the game in Cape Town yesterday. So post the Stellenbosch Kaizer Chiefs game, he was there to capture some of the moments in the press conference, and including exactly what Coach Middendorp was saying, but also include what Coach Barker also had to say. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. But hey, let's leave it. Gershon Kutsia, please take it away, because there are a couple of things from what you've asked the coach that I want to pick up on. Over to you, Gershon.
For Kaizer Chiefs looks good if you look at the league standings, but there is major concern over Kama Billiard, who was stretched off within the first 3 minutes of the second half, what seemed to be a hamstring strain. Coach Middendorp after the match says that he's got enough depth within his squad.
The injured players, I don't know actually how it is in the moment with, for example, the Kama Billiard, but it will definitely be a close job to do to get him into this game on the 7th of December. But I believe we have the options. We have the options coming in, or replacing. And that's what I'm always highlighting. But I believe Dumisuma come in, replacing Kama, just to get into a specific situation. replaced him and took immediately the initiative, was quite effective. So, and that's how we deal with it. This is something where I'm not too worried about if we have now 10 days and who can make it to the 7th of December. We are dealing with around 30 players, 4 or 5 goalkeepers included, and then we will find a combination, and that's how we deal with it.
Sadly, when results don't go your way within football, coaches are under pressure and sometimes could be fired. But for Stellenbosch FC coach Steve Barker, he says if they stay within the Absa Premiership, he would have reached his goals and he's not under pressure.
Yeah, had we finished the season in the same position we are now, we would have achieved our target. So we are on track. Our game against Sundowns has been postponed because they're playing the Telkom final. So after Saturday, we only play in 3 weeks' time on the 21st against Baraka. So it's going to be a long 3 weeks if we don't get points on Saturday. So we have to just be strong. I do believe, and I've always maintained, that we have a run of fixtures in January, February where we have sort of 5 out of 6 against teams in and around us, all at home. And that's games like these, we've got to try and get something from it. But there's a war and a long way to go, and we're going to lose some battles along the way, which we did today. But we're determined and motivated and committed to making sure that we achieve our objective for the season.
And for Marawa TV from Cape Town Stadium, it's back to you, Rob.
All right, thank you so much there. Gershon Kutsia coming through from the Cape Town Stadium. That's where he was covering all of the action that was last night. Stellenbosch FC up against the Kaizer Chiefs and 4 goals that were scored. And the last time you were talking about Gezane that he managed to score was also another 4-1 when they played against Cape Town City. So it looks like he likes these 4x4x4, and he scores again in his 31st appearance for Kaizer Chiefs. So one of the mainstays there for the club overall. I don't know. Please get it off our chests here. We read about it, we see it. Ernst Middendorp, Kammerbilliard. There's a problem. Ernst doesn't like Kammerbilliard. Kammerbilliard doesn't like Ernst Middendorp. And then we see you guys interacting. What, is there beef?
Not at all. It's the society is very creative. That's today it's Kammerbilliard, tomorrow it's Rama, then it will be Itukune. Please, guys, we are going into it, find a combination, preparing the next game, and if it is with Kammerbilliard, it's fine because he is fit, he's fully fit, not medical fit only, that he can go into the competition and contribute to the performance of the team. That's it. But now to say, okay, we have a relationship what is from a minor quality. Holy Ghost, please, we have 30 players and I deal with each and every player, 19 years old or 34 years old, it doesn't matter. They get the respect, they get the very clear assessment, and then we do the selection. And we have a technical team. We have every morning at 8 o'clock our meeting, talking about training, talking about the preparation, who will be involved, who can be involved, and we decide what's necessary. And I think this is something where players normally they feel it. They know it's not by accident because I like this one more or that one more. No, it's in terms of preparing for the next match, preparing regarding the next opponent. Analytically, we are very intensive preparing ourselves. If you play Stellenbosch, a team not really known, we are not leaving it to the accident. We go there on the 13th of November, watching them in a friendly game against Umoja. We will go to Polokwane on Saturday to watch them live and, of course, do analytic stuff. And it's not about the relationship. I have already one friend and I don't really need more. That this soccer is a business.
You have one friend?
One friend, very close one, and that's enough already. It's a lot of work.
Does she know that?
I think actually it's overrated. We are in an industry more and more a certain number of players fighting for a starting position, and please let's take it from their side. It's very, very crucial to be objective and assess the situation in a very proper way.
Right. I'm going to call on for the log position, though, because this is something really amazing that we're going to be sharing with people, is that when you look at Kaizer Chiefs now, they've played 12 games and got 31 points. Now, this is the first time this has happened, where you're breaking into the 30-point mark after 12 games. Never happened before. So you making history for Kaizer Chiefs at that stage. Last season, Chiefs only managed to break into the 30-point barrier after 22 games. After 22 games.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know, there's a 10-point gap now, which is a healthy gap if you continue the way that you are. Just one loss and one draw, 10 wins, double figures, most of the things that are on the positive side. But like I say, it's a goal difference of plus 16 as well. So you're able to convert, you're able to defend well. Those, again, are some of the characteristics that we haven't been seeing in Kaizer Chiefs. But what does it say to you, breaking into the 30-point barrier after just 12 games?
It's definitely a pleasure for all of us. There's no doubt about it. But it's not really the main discussion. It's absolutely what we really highlight immediately. Keep yourself on the ground. Let's go and prepare the next game. 6 o'clock on Sunday. After losing against Marawa United. By the way, I would really comment this. Marawa United have done on Sunday an excellent job in defending and in attacking. We cannot always sit there and say, we have been so poor, we haven't performed, and so on. Show the respect. We're talking too much about this and this and this. Highlight the advantage. Highlight the strong performance of a team, of an opponent. On
Eric Tinkler his due. Give him his credit.
Yes, of
because
course.
he did well.
Of course,
was doing well in defense.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is very important to see and to mention it. And 6 o'clock on Sunday evening, for me, it was clear. On a 3.5-hour drive back, we were talking about Stellenbosch. We were talking about preparing ourselves for the next game. And that will continue, and that is how we are doing it. We are not having this dream about breaking records. If they come, it's fine, but it's not our main target.
All right, and obviously you've got to go back to 91, 92 on the trot. I mean, 6 games back-to-back away from home, they've been able to win. Kaizer Chiefs hasn't happened since back in 1991, 92. And those are the kind of records that Coach Middendorp is talking about, that they are breaking. Whether he likes it or not, we'll keep reminding him about those. We'll come back for a final moment as well with the coach.
I don't want to say we need it, but we had it always. It's not that come on, I'm 4 years in. Tell me when it was easy. Last year we had to win at home 1-0 against Napoli. I cannot remember a bigger pressure game than that. So really difficult, and we did it. So now we have to go to Salzburg. My problem is, in this moment, the game is over. My problem is Fabinho is injured and Brighton, not Salzburg. Not at all. But I know how human beings are. People wished that we could finish the group tonight and make kind of a holiday game in Salzburg. So never happened. Will never happen. Cannot really, don't know.
Non lo so, io ero convinto che la squadra avrebbe fatto una buona partita, anche perché il Liverpool, che è una squadra strepitosa, ci soffre, gli creiamo delle difficoltà, forse per il nostro modo di giocare, quindi ero certo che avremmo fatto un'ottima partita, ma non sempre giocare un'ottima partita contro il Liverpool significa fare risultato. È venuto fuori una partita forse non ottima da un punto di vista estetico, ma con una solidità e con una lucidità difensiva ottima. Il nostro obiettivo non era quello di fare una bella partita qua, il nostro obiettivo è di passare il turno e ci manca ancora un punto.
Tough times, I mean, for Liverpool. Not the best of performance. You get those games again, Coach, where you struggle a little bit, and that's one of the games against Napoli, a well-structured team with a great coach. They've left it now for the last match day, and it's not going to be an easy one. because they are the defending champions after all. We've got to remind people that they are the defending champions of the UEFA Champions League. How do you think their run's going to be this time around?
They have so much experience meanwhile. Of course, injuries always is a handicap parameter, but the experience is so great. The quality of the players will not be a factor going away, playing Salzburg, and definitely not. I believe they will make it. They will get the result they need.
All right, let's just quickly look at some of the results that came through to remind you what happened on Tuesday as well as on Wednesday here, because it was about Galatasaray in that first match early on against Club Brugge 1-1. It was Bayern Leverkusen playing away to Lokomotiv Moscow, and a great 2-0 away victory there. PSG came from behind Real Madrid to equalize. It was goals galore in that match as well, but they'll be disappointed, Real Madrid, because they had that game in the bag, but never say die attitude to get them back again on track with PSG. All right, so Bayern Munich as well, 6-0. Nothing stopping them these days. If they're on a roll, they're on a roll. Again, Robert Lewandowski, another key player for them. Tottenham Hotspur, they were 2-0 down. That's the man that's in charge. First time at home was Jose Mourinho. All the attention centered around him. Lucas Moura, another big name for them, and also Harry Kane also getting the ball into the back of the net there. Then on Wednesday saw the young Chelsea team. Well, they thought they had it, but in the end it was a 2-2 draw against Valencia. You look at that group, it is very, very tight indeed with Liverpool and Napoli. We've spoken about that. Genk unfortunately losing at home to Salzburg, and Borussia Dortmund losing to Barcelona. Another key game here because it was Lionel Messi's 700th game for Barcelona. 613 goals that he has scored in 700 games. 250 assists that he has provided. And you talk about 250, that's assists, right? Those are the total number of goals that Lukaku has scored in his career. For Messi, they're just assists. But those are ridiculous numbers, though. Hey?
They are, but this is something where you identify a player of class, a player of quality. If you hear this number, then you don't have to look anymore.
I've been talking about that. Let's just quickly have a look at that here. We'll also get a comment on Lionel Messi there of Barcelona, because like we say, it was an important appearance for him, the numbers that he was having. He was the busiest player on the field. And when you start to score 613 goals in your career, you know you are humming, and you've just only played 700. So let's check out what happened last night.
Heute als 9,5 falsche Nummer 9. War unglaublich. Wartet sehr gut auf die Bälle, kann sich sehr gut bewegen zwischen den Linien. Und wenn den Ball bekommt, zu stoppen, es ist sehr kompliziert. Muss einen Foul machen. Sonst ist es sehr, sehr schwer. Und beschleunigt so schnell, dribbelt so gut, und nachher die letzte Pass ist gefährlich auch.
Estamos en el peor grupo o el grupo más difícil de la competición, bajo mi punto de vista. Y un año más, faltando una jornada, estamos clasificados. Para nosotros es importante, hemos sufrido en esta Champions, es verdad. Ha habido partidos que hemos empezado perdiendo aquí con el Inter, partidos fuera de casa en los que hemos sufrido mucho. Pero bueno, llegamos a este momento en el que el último partido ya estamos como primeros de grupo, y para nosotros, para nuestra gente, eso significa mucho. Bueno, yo creo que se habla mucho de eso. Me refiero a la conexión y todo este tipo de cosas, sobre todo cuando igual uno no marca o no hay suficientes ocasiones. Yo creo que al final los jugadores que son buenos siempre se entienden, y luego con el tiempo siempre se entienden más y se entienden mejor. Al final es... Alguien me preguntaba antes sobre Luis y Leo. Al final ellos se entienden a la perfección, pero porque llevan mucho tiempo juntos. Al principio no era así. Entonces es una cuestión de tiempo, porque al final nos vamos a engañar. Leo es un extraordinario pasador, aparte de finalizador y etcétera, etcétera. Y Griezmann es un jugador que se desmarca muy bien. Solo hay que encontrar el timing adecuado para eso.
It's amazing. I mean, he was the busiest player on the field, Lionel Messi. Besides breaking records, he was getting a yellow card. Doesn't happen too often, but he gets a yellow card. Had 88 touches on the night. That's what he did. Provided assist as well for some of the players that he was playing with. And why not? When I look at this team and you look at the kind of capabilities that they do have, then you find Barcelona again. I mean, he's standing head and shoulders above the rest now for the Ballon d'Or award. Will he walk away with it again? Is there another deserving player, Ernst Middendorp, that would be given or handed over that Ballon d'Or right now?
I actually think that there is only one choice. And with these numbers we have just recorded, you can't think different. It's absolutely the player. If you have seen in former days Maradona, or you have seen Beckenbauer, you have seen Pelé live playing, what was my pleasure, and you see Messi now, and you compare, it's again a different class on a higher quality. There's no doubt about it. And I think actually he should win this trophy.
All right. Let me quickly switch back to Kaizer Chiefs, though, because you weren't alone at the awards there tonight. So, earlier on in the afternoon, actually. The press conference had next to you a certain Daniel Lekpe. Now, he's the goalkeeper of choice at Kaizer Chiefs. What does that say to you about where Chiefs have been before? You know, there was just a whole goalkeeping situation that was going on. You've managed to get it right. How come? And you're doing this without Itukune right now.
Yeah, we have 4 goalkeepers on a daily basis in training sessions, and we had immediately a good feeling bringing Daniel in January in the last season already. Is that we are not to have not to discuss the quality of him. I think it's very, very crucial to have a mindset of his quality, what he is contributing, knowing how difficult it is if you are in competition with a player who has been #1 for, let's say, since 2006. And this was very important. I had a longer chat at the time before bringing him in with Gernot Rohr, with the national team coach. He's working with it, and that was one criteria what he really highlighted. And I think actually with his calmness, with his really mindset, being cool and reserved at a certain time, making not any comments where he get carried away, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to see him after each and every game. How is he solving himself, getting out of a game, recovery, and know exactly what he is contributing. And in the moment, we are very, very happy, despite with Bruce Bruma, with Itukune, with Brylan Peterson now back into it. He is definitely in the moment our very clear #1 going into the next match too.
All right, so that is unequivocal there. Clear #1 choice, says Daniel Lekpe. And congratulations, though, Daniel. I know you're watching the show. You've done well. You've deserved it. And certainly the player of the month as well. Barkos came back into the fold, so he adds a different dimension. And when you got Nukovic who's there, I mean, he's playing like he's never going to get tired. And when you've got that surprise element, and I know that Coach Steve Barker mentioned Nukovic, for example, because he's in the box, he's getting the kind of headers, he's getting a header between 2 defenders in a manner that you don't understand how he gets into those spaces. But when you've got those entities like those 2 players I've just mentioned now, how important is it for you to try and integrate them as quickly as possible, maybe shift Bernard Parker into a slightly different position?
Yeah. That's again something to prepare a season properly. And we marked ourselves in terms of asking ourselves which type of players do we need. And we said it very clear. One parameter was to say 25 to 29. Don't other players coming from outside, other continent, other countries, make it very clear. They must. We have players on the younger side, 20, 21, 19, enough. You need players who can come in and being able to contribute immediately. You can expect it if you have somebody with a certain mentality and with a certain mindset, what you have to find out. What we did in several discussions with the players, these players will be able. We are convinced about that the quality is absolutely there. Now, coming in this pressure situation, expectations high. And I think this both players, Kieran and Samir, outstanding. Other players not really used in the moment, like Lazarus, like James, they have the quality, but they are looking a little bit around and haven't really found the way handling the pressure from day to day. This is normal, but if you have a number of only 5 players and 3 or 4, including Jagan Sassman, are consistently under the first 11-12, I think that's a fantastic job in contributing a better quality into the team.
Right, I know the old term of impact player has also been used from time to time. When we talk about a guy like Zuma, who you take off the bench at a certain time, after the 60th minute usually, and you bring him on, impact, scores goals, provides assists. When does he earn the right and opportunity to start a game?
This is what he has to click into it. We had last year, we had a period of 4 games. I started him 4 games in a row, just to see. And it was not really something where you can say you got something out of it. In the moment, it's really excellent. When he comes in, you know something will happen. In all the games, halftime or second half. And he has to build up his confidence. That is what you do when you connect with players, with other players on the field. You feel comfortable, you win games. And at a certain time, and it will come, that he will be a first choice, I'm 100% sure, because he has such a quality and such a portfolio of technical, tactical elements in his way to play. Every team should look for it.
Are you happy to see Katsande fight the way that he fights now? I mean, he almost killed Gezane yesterday for taking off his jersey. But the reason why I asked that is for one simple fact, is that yes, he's a senior player. Yes, he was one of the players that even fans were saying, you know, start to get rid of Katsande, get rid of Castro. When you came through, and I noticed this from the onset, you put them on the bench, and you allowed the other players to take charge in the starting lineup. And then the next thing, the tide turned. And then you brought the responsibility now to Katsande to say, wear that captain's armband, you are my leader now. So from a Katsande who was maybe starting to lose his confidence and lose his place, that man will go to war for the club.
We can go even further. It's we had, and I want to be fair because I think everybody deserved an honest opinion, an honest assessment. And what I did before we started the season, I called him in. He had a 1-year contract. I said, listen, it's unusual for you, but you are not in the plans to be first 11 or first 12. Contribute, train. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I left a little door,
window, not even
a
door.
window open. And I must say this is then the character we have with Willard. In not only in the captain role, he accepted it. He said, okay, probably my age is not on the side. Time in his case is obviously a limited resource. And he went into the training session. And again, and he changed a little bit his way in the forward movement, in the vertical passing forward, meanwhile, if he is not in, we have an issue, we have a problem in terms of how is he contributing with his aggressiveness, with his being present at any moment in front of the centre backs. And good. But this is something, and I think be fair to a player. Tell him where is he sitting in the moment. And if he makes something out of it, he cooks a meal in a proper way, and it's delicious in the end of the day, good, play him. I don't have a problem with it at all. Not at all. He can play every game and look for a new contract if the club has an idea about it.
Is he going to get a new contract from how he's playing?
If they ask me today, I would say, of course.
Okay. I love that. All right, so I'm going to cook a meal here. I'm going to give Coach his trophy. I'm going to stand up, grab it quickly, pass it on to him, say thanks to him for coming through. So many questions I would still love to pop through here. We've got another guest that's coming up, but thanks so much, Ernst Middendorp, the Coach of the Month.
Yeah.
And one thing I can tell you is that you've earned this, you've deserved it, And congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. That's
You sit on 30, I say you sit there on 31 points. How many points would you like to see after 30 matches?
I don't know.
Now
you want to ask me what's the record inside the league. No, let's not go so far. We have 3 points picked up yesterday, and the next 3 points are on the table to grab on the 7th of December. And that is how we are doing it. We are not mathematically too qualified to go into it and say, okay, that could be possible. No, that's not our.
All right, mathematics class is not in session today, according to the coach. But after the break, we'll bring George Lebese into the hot seat. Stick around.
Coming up on Bundesliga Stars, 3 North African players lighting up the league.
Lovely run here from Skiri, still Skiri! 2-1! 2-1!
Tunisian midfielder Elias Skiri, a tireless runner and tackler in his debut season for Köln.
And it is guided home by Bonsabaini!
Algerian defender Rami Ben Sabaini enjoying life at the top with Gladbach. But first,
Amin Arid's star continues to shine brightly.
Moroccan midfielder Amin Arid in the form of his life for Schalke as they push for a top 4 spot.
Schalke are back in the groove, and Amin Arid in particular. Amin Arid scores and makes it 3-2! A team and player seemingly transformed this campaign.
When the guys are on fire, I can be on fire also.
They certainly weren't on fire last season, least of all Arid himself. This time around, they're out to blaze a Bundesliga trail.
Yes, this is like a new chance. We know that it was not easy last year. I heard a lot that I have to leave the club, I have to go. But only stupids don't change mine. And I think that I changed my mind, and now I think you can ask, maybe everybody's happy that I am in Schalke today.
Last season, the 22-year-old Morocco international did not have his troubles to seek, with personal and disciplinary issues also in the mix.
Last year, I was focused on football, but not 100%. I get a lot of injuries, maybe because I didn't sleep good or I didn't eat good. And all these small changes may make you more happy in your private life also, because when you are good on the pitch, you are happy in your life with your family, and I think that was the most important thing for me.
Arid recently became a father, something which also seems to have radically altered his professional outlook for the better.
My daughter is my most beautiful gift. Some things maybe I could do before, now it's finished. And I'm happy with this, because I know that this is, I think, 70% of my change. And today I'm really happy to have this small baby.
In terms of his form, new Schalke coach David Wagner has surely been the driving force behind an improvement few saw coming.
He has a very good start into the season so far. He's able and has shown he can score goals and gave assists as well, and he works very hard for the team as well, and hopefully he can continue what he has shown so far.
You know what? I remember back in 2008, to be exact, they were playing against Tanda Royal Zulu. Remember the team? Tanda Royal Zulu, TRZ. He was playing for Kaizer Chiefs. He was a teenager. He was 19 years old. His name was George Lebese. He's right here on TNL. Good to see you, George.
Thanks for having me.
You remember that game?
Yeah.
What do you remember of that game?
I had goosebumps. I was still young. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So to be there then at that age, I've never predicted that it would turn out that way. So I was happy. I was happy and I was scared seeing all those people, all those supporters. But it was a wonderful moment for me.
And you guys lost.
I forgot about the results as soon as we got off the field because I was going through so many emotions. I was overwhelmed.
But that was your dream, though. Kaizer Chiefs was your dream team.
It was my dream team, but at that moment, it came too soon for me.
Yeah.
I would never predict that would turn out that way, because when someone asked me, I was like, nah, probably a lower team or national first division. But to happen so quick, I was happy.
But you became a regular, and that's some of the photos that we're showing there in the background. It's just of you coming on, being that famous jersey number 17, walking out with established players. I mean, Itumeleng Kune now, 16 seasons at Kaizer Chiefs. There, big games, big moments, and Soweto derbies. That man ended up with you at Mamelodi Sundowns. So, it's just the ironies of life and how things turn in the beautiful game of football. So when you look at all of this, what goes through your mind, though, George?
At the moment, it's a privilege.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to have worn the jersey and to have experienced the derby, because I think most of the players in the PSL would like to experience the derby. It's one of the biggest games that we have right now. So it's just being grateful to have gotten that opportunity, and happy that I've lived there.
Yeah. But what is the one highlight for you in all of your stay at Kaizer Chiefs? What is that moment that you'll never ever forget?
There's a lot, but obviously winning trophies with the team, it becomes different. It becomes a happy place. It becomes more than it is like a family. So winning each and every trophy with the team, and obviously getting an opportunity to play, it's an amazing feeling, I must say.
It's not every day that anybody gets to chat to you, George. I think you're one of those people that allows football to dominate. You allow your gift and your talent to dominate. You don't just go around doing interviews and being in the headlines, etc. You keep away from that. So with the limited time that I have, I want to ask you the question. When did you stop being happy at Kaizer Chiefs? Or when you left, were you still happy being at Kaizer Chiefs? Because I was one of the people that didn't believe that, wow, what's just happened? He's left.
Yeah. It was a very difficult stage where I had to make a decision, and quick.
Yeah.
A lot of temptations. I wouldn't blame it on anyone and say not getting proper advice, but I'd say as what I wanted then. I was still happy at Chiefs, still happy, but there's a lot of other factors that came in. I was tempted to make that decision, and like I tell people, two things had to happen. Either I move on and probably regret, or I stay and regret not going. So.
And you wouldn't know until you go.
Yeah. I say better a oops than a what if.
Sure. And then when the what if turns into why did I?
Yeah.
Then what happens?
Then you learn. It's life. It's football.
But it's a short career, because in the time that the oops or why did I happens, the years are going, time is going, other superstars are coming in to replace a George Lebese. I want to go back to something because I don't want to miss it. You say that the temptations were a lot. And I'm just allowing that word to sink in. When they were calling you Tloorkop, was it about the offer that they were making to you that you believed that was, I can't miss this?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, to be honest, it was that. It was more of that than, it had more to do with that than Kaizer Chiefs. So sitting there and I was thinking, I'm like, it's too good to be true. And all these promises and, So yeah, I made the move, and it was a oops.
Well, we're going to come back and find out why it was an oops here, because these mugshots here, with the first pictures taken of you, released to social media. You know how they do things these days. Social media posts, hey, George Lebese has signed for Sundowns, and everybody was like in complete disbelief that this move has happened. But when you wore that jersey, and this is a Sundowns team that has been coached brilliantly, has been dominating the continent, and they want you to be a part of it. So when you wear that jersey for the first time, how are you feeling? What's going through your mind before all the other stuff happens?
There was a lot of pressure, obviously, coming from Chiefs and with all the supporters that were disappointed.
Yeah.
Then I got a lot of messages. I got sworn by a lot of fans, like, you're a traitor. It happened, so for me...
How did you feel, though? I mean, traitor, that's a big word. That's what Ibrahimovic is feeling right now. That's why they're burning his statue, because fans are like that.
Yeah.
You being called a traitor, how did that make you feel?
It was unexpected. It was unexpected that I would take such a decision.
Yeah.
All the supporters were hoping that I'd stay there for long and, like, become the next legend at the team, just haven't played for one team, you know? But that moment came and things changed, and yeah, that's what happened, and decision was made.
Yeah.
I won't say I regret it, but if it had to come again, then I would probably take a better decision this time.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you call it an oops because you've made the leap of faith. You've gone there, but you've learned that that was the wrong move. I'm sitting at home and I'm saying, why is George saying it was the wrong move? Why was it the wrong move?
When you join a team, it's either things go good or bad.
Yeah.
So I joined a team that was doing so well. I wanted a change of scenery. A lot of influence from home because they supporters of a team. So when I made that and it didn't work out, for me it was like, okay, it's not working out.
But why is it not working out? You're a regular player at Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
Sundowns buy you because you're a great player. They're not going to buy you because, I don't know, you're driving the minibus for Chiefs from training to go to a drive-through for a quick hamburger. They're getting you on board because they can see the quality of footballer that you are.
I'd say when I got there, obviously they have like a lot of players, a lot of quality players. And it's not a patient team. And I'm coming from a team where in the past few months I was not playing as regularly as I should. And getting there, I still needed time, momentum, and to get used to the different philosophy that I was getting into. I got an opportunity, early stages of my career there. It wasn't what probably the technical team wanted.
Yeah.
So I played, and I think we didn't get the results. And then they took me off, like, okay, let's give you time. Let's give you time to get used to our style of play. And it wasn't the same after that.
When you started now becoming a bench player,
it started,
and then from a bench player you're becoming a sitting up in the grandstand player, and then from sitting in the grandstand to just not pitching up anymore.
Yeah, to being home, and it got worse when I couldn't pitch on 11v11 in training.
Why?
I don't know. It's questions.
Training?
Yeah.
But have you questioned why?
Yeah, I try to, a coach has a job.
Yeah.
The technical team has a job to do. Their job, they're based on results. They can't monitor me or like overdo stuff and try to babysit me. So I had to have that gap where I can ask, but I can't like over ask and be in the office every day. But you can see like what's happening. Maybe it's coming. And a lot of players went through that at Sundowns where they spent 3-4 seasons not playing and then boom, he's playing. Maybe I was impatient. It's one way of looking at it. Maybe, I don't know.
There were comments though, George, about I think we've been seeing it in recent time when Andile Jali was not getting any game time and he was on the bench. And then he would tweet, the famous picture of him being on the bench and other guys on the cell phones, and he's looking, I don't know where he's looking.
I'm on that one, I know.
I know you there. You're in that famous picture. But the one thing that, when you say maybe you the one that left too soon, yes, Ngoma was able to play just the other day. Yes, Charlie was able to play, get man of the match. But there was, I think, a concern at some point saying, no, but George needs to work on either your fitness or your physique. I don't know, one of the two. Was that being told to you what you needed to work on to improve? Or was that, an excuse?
I was told after the Polokwane City game, I remember I scored on that game.
Yeah.
And then I was asked half-time, how do you feel? You look like you can't keep up with the other guys. And I said, I'm still okay. I'm getting my confidence back. And it's halftime, it's 1-0. So they said, no, we're going to take you off because we feel like we need to build you. We don't want to kill you. So I said, okay, if it's for the team's benefit, then I'm fine. We can do whatever. I'll sit on the bench. I sat on the bench. I supported the guys. Unfortunately, we lost. I go out. I read the statements on social media. I said I was tired.
Oh,
No.
So it's being reversed now.
I don't know. I'm reading.
Yeah.
I've never said I'm tired. And then, okay, they said, no, I'm a bit overweight. Okay. I said, okay, I accept that. I'm okay. I'll work on it. I was put on a program, I think, for 2 weeks. I was weighing, 78 or something.
Right.
I went down to 60.
From 78 to 60?
I went to 60. I lost all the weight. I even looked sick at some moment.
You're playing with the wind?
I trained 3 times a day and I only ate salads because I was trying to lose weight so that I can go back.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stay at home because I could see with the other guys, they were not playing. Once you're there, it's a problem. I didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
But I ended up there.
With your weight loss and everything?
Yeah.
So it wasn't the weight then?
I don't know. Till this day, I couldn't ask. I was just doing what I needed to do. I'm a player.
Yeah.
I need to train. I need to eat right. And all these things, they came out, George this. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, is there anything you want to clear, just in terms of the lifestyle issue? Yeah. Were you that lifestyle dude that wants to be out there? Is that a part that maybe you want to touch on? Was there any truth to any of those things?
It's a difficult one because you come from one of the biggest teams in the country where there's a lot of supporters. And I got there as a kid and I got a lot of following, a lot of this media was around me. That's why even now when you started to say I'm staying away from interviews because it looks like I'm looking for interviews, I'm looking for the media, which I'm not. I stay at home, I get a call. I've been rejecting so many calls of interviews, like people want to know, where are you, what's happening? I'm trying to keep off of that because there is deals that are happening. I need to put bread on the table. A deodorant comes and say, look, we want you to be the face of this. There's opportunity to make extra money.
Yeah.
Now, you have to find a balance of doing that but not being on the media too much. Once you accept the money, you're happy with the money, you're supporting your family. They take your pictures, they put them out there, they make events, they need you to be present. You see, it's now that has been misunderstood as me trying to be in the media. So it's all those small things.
Because it's a commercial value, though. You're only a football player. Ask David Beckham. He would tell you that he's a football player once. If David Beckham would get injured and he had an Adidas sponsorship, hey, I'm not accusing him of anything, but then he would have an ankle injury at some point because the cameras are going to zoom into that. And guess what? He'll be wearing a brand new launched boot from Adidas. And, you know, that's a beautiful spread. And then he goes and makes talks and so on. I don't know. Maybe let me go for a quick break. Give you time to drink some water here. Because, like I say, George Lebese, one of the most talented football players that we've seen in this country, undoubtedly. I get worried when I don't see talented people on the field. And I'm inquisitive. I want to know why. And that's part of the reason why he's here tonight.
I'll be honest with you, I was sitting there with Faf, the South African cricket captain. I almost fell off my chair when I saw him walking because I couldn't believe it. He went to the bathroom, so I was standing outside waiting for him to come out the bathroom. I was too scared to shy him, so to ask him, so I just gave him my phone, and I knew someone that knew him, and then he came home and was like, mate, you could have asked, I know who you are, we watched the final, so that you completely touched me, and he spoke for us for 40 minutes.
So he was almost as overwhelmed as you were to meet you as a World Cup winner, because he loves his rugby.
Yeah, he told me a lot, and he told me that, you know, he used to watch some of the other teams and play to the team, and which was amazing to hear from him. And then when he invited me here, I couldn't miss the opportunity. Told myself I'll definitely be here, and it's always been my dream to be here. And I honestly can't believe it. I've been smiling like a kid the whole way.
Unbelievable story, that unbelievable. Thanks there to our fellow broadcasters there from Liverpool Football Club Television who allowed us to use that footage. And as you know, he was there at Anfield yesterday making sure that the UEFA Champions League action, he's right there. In fact, he was sitting in the Legends Lounge straight after the game. He was invited into the dressing room there where Jurgen Klopp, who's now become his instant friend. Hey, Jurgen Klopp said, come through, come spend some time with us here in the change room. And he went across. Hey, Henderson, they did a quick jersey swap, says, hey, you take my jersey that I wore on match day of the final. I was like, you know what, check me out, guys. Nina base cooks, nina base mlazi, nina bagupi say Enfield, but fail to check me out. And of course, the one and only, money, money, money. Beautiful picture, beautiful moments. Lovely time there for the Springbok captain. Which English team do you support?
I don't support English.
You don't support?
English.
English teams, no.
I'm a fan of Pep, but I'm a Barca.
Barcelona through and through.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking to Ernst about the numbers there. 700 games, 613 goals, 250 assists.
We're just grateful that we're witnessing all of this.
And there you got Ronaldo on the other side also, you know, bringing it out.
Yeah.
The new generation's got a lot of work to do,
Too much.
Hey?
Too much.
And you were part of that generation. That's why you're here. You were part of that generation. Now, at what point do you realize at Sundowns that this is not working out and you need to leave? Or do they ask you to leave? Who's the one that says, I have to leave?
I remember, like, when I came back from Supersport, I was told that, okay, I'm not on the plans, which is what I appreciate, you know.
Yeah.
Being told that, you know, we're not going to be used, we don't want you here. It's okay, it's better than going to training every day and nothing's happening. So I was told on the first day of training, you're not on the coach's plans. I was like, okay, no problem. And then I left, I went home. And then I had a meeting with my agent and I said, we need to look for a way forward. It didn't work out. So after that, then that's when discussions started happening. What the future? Obviously, I had a contract. I had to honor my contract, but knowing that I'm not going to be part of the team, I needed to find a way forward. Then I told my agent, I was like, okay, this is clear. It's better than going to training every day, and you know, it's depressing when you go there. You see you're on the sidelines, and then finally there was an agreement that was reached. And I thank the club for bringing me, and obviously having experienced everything there, I'm grateful that I was part of the team, won the league medal with them. So it's always going to be a special team. Yeah.
But did you doubt yourself though, George? Because chances are, when you've done everything you could do, I'm sure you were taking a jug as big as this one that's here. Trying to lose all of this weight every single day.
Yeah.
You almost become a skeleton, you know, trying to lose this weight. Did you ever then start doubting yourself from, as a footballer, to say, man, when did I become overnight a terrible player?
Yeah. Obviously, hearing the chats and reading all these things that are happening on social media, I started to think, I started to sit back and say, maybe what's been said about me is true. Maybe I need to cut off certain things in my life, like the sponsorships, the being in certain events, and maybe I need to cut that out and just merely focus on football. Because as tempting as it is, it looks wrong to other people. So I started thinking and sitting back, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to take this away, because I feel I still have a little bit of football left in me. So I would like to play again. So yeah, that's been that for me.
But then you're losing on all fronts, though. That's what worries me. If you're cutting off sponsorships, then footballers cut you off. You didn't cut football off. Football cut you off. And then you trying to rectify the football by cutting off the sponsorship, then you are messing up with your bank balance and your future, because you're only marketable once, right? George is a great footballer once. You are marketable once to reach those crazy fan bases of yours. The ladies that love you, the football players that go crazy for your talents on the field, whatever the case might be. So you're losing everything, because you're never going to be able to get back, unless when you're 78 years old and you're advertising Old Spice or something, you're never going to get there again.
But at the moment the question is, what do I want the most right now?
What do you want the most?
I want to play.
So you still want to play?
I still want to play. I feel like I still want to play. It's not about the numbers anymore.
Yeah.
I have all these friends that are playing right now. I'm not even comfortable sitting with them.
Sure.
Because every time when you're with them, a conversation comes up. This week we trained. And then you're at home.
Yeah.
You're sitting at home. Now I'm thinking, who can I possibly train with in the morning? I look, my phone. Okay, there's a trainer. It's not the same. You go to gym. It's not the same. You want to play. You want to be on the field. That's what soccer players do. Be on the field.
You how old are you now?
30.
You're 30. I mean, that's nothing. That is nothing for somebody who's been that well kept, who's been exercising that often, who's been keeping a good look on their diet. You follow the game, you love the game, you got the passion still. 30 is still fine. And you still mentally want to play. You've got, let's eliminate Chiefs, let's eliminate Sundowns, let's eliminate Supersport, those clubs that you've played for. You've still got a couple of more teams. You've got 17 other teams. I'm including the top, the top half of the NFD now. That's why I say 17. So, you got a couple of teams that are still left.
What do I do?
But that's the thing. You know me. The Marawa Scorpions spotted you heading down to Durban. They spotted you going down to Durban. Did that not work out?
I didn't go at all.
So in the end, it didn't happen?
No, it didn't happen.
Who changed their mind?
I received the call, then I was told you have to wait a bit.
Yeah.
So I waited. On that day that I was supposed to go, I didn't go.
And you're still waiting till today?
Yeah.
Tsepo Masilel. I saw him playing the other day for Amazulu. Hey? What's wrong with George Lebese? Does the phone, when you're holding your phone the whole day, Chippa United, Stellenbosch, Highlands Park, nobody calls?
No, no one calls. And what I've heard, I think people have this illusion that I'm asking for big money.
You're expensive.
I'm expensive. I don't know about that. And really, since being free from my side, I thought it was going to be not as hard as it is right now to find myself in the field again. Because now I'm sitting at home and I'm training and I'm hoping, but nothing's coming. And I'm like, okay.
Sure.
how bad this could be.
There's only one solution. OR Tambo international departures. Do like Pule Eckstein. Find a team overseas. Are there any prospects of that happening, George? Because we want to see you play.
Yeah, there's been a couple of people contacting me, but it's been for me, it's been like promises, nothing solid. So it's just, I'll do this.
Yeah.
Do you have an agent? No, you don't. Okay, I'll do this for you. I can't control that part of my life. I can control what I eat, how I spend my days.
So you're agent free?
Yes.
You have no agent right now?
No.
Hear my dad. All right, let's end the show. Let me get him an agent. Let me get him out of here. He must go play football, this guy. Hey? He still has football to play.
Yeah.
That is incredible. George, I wish you everything of the best. I honestly do, and I thank you for coming through and opening up here on Thursday Night Live. I know some of the issues might not be easy to talk about. We'll delve in them when we do a proper heart-to-heart and we talk about all of the finer details because I think at the end of the day, you'll want to let it out. You'll want to speak out about your journey. You remain an incredible footballer. Nobody can take that away. The fact that you represented at Chiefs, you represented at Sundowns, you represented at SuperSport United is testimony to top-tier teams that wanted your services. So now it's all about the next step of your journey. Final word to all of your millions of fans out there.
Yeah, mostly I've been getting a lot of messages on social media.
Yeah.
Encouraging messages. It's not been easy the past few months, but it's challenges. They come, they go. Yeah. It's about how you respond to them, you know? And for as long as I still wake up every day, I have hope. And that'll happen. Hopefully it'll happen.
Please make this your home. I might call upon you to come and analyze 1 or 2 games, so please don't say no to me.
Yeah.
Up until you get that big break to go on your international duties as well and finding a team. Well, that's been Thursday Night Live from the crew and myself. Wow, what a journey, what a conversation. See you next week.